Hello children, good morning to all of you. Welcome back in physics class. We are studying second chapter motion in one dimension. We have started graphical representation of linear motion and in the last video we have seen velocity time graph. Today we are going to see acceleration time graph. Children, when we draw the acceleration time graph, the time is denoted on x-axis and acceleration is denoted on y-axis. With the help of this graph, we find the change in velocity and how to find, see by the different cases. The case 1, if the object is at rest position, otherwise the object is moving with uniform velocity. In both the cases acceleration will be 0. If the object is not moving, means acceleration is 0. If the object is moving with uniform velocity, means what is initial velocity same as the final velocity also, and so difference between initial and final velocity is 0, means acceleration is 0. If acceleration is 0, then we will find the graph that is the x-axis. That means you can say that the x-axis will denote the acceleration time graph if the object is moving with uniform velocity, otherwise object is at rest position. The time axis will denote the acceleration time graph. Understood? The acceleration is 0, so on the y-axis we will not find any value. Only the time will be denoted on x-axis and the same will denote the acceleration time graph. Now see the second case. If the velocity increases uniformly, means in the certain time interval increase in velocity is constant. In that case the acceleration is also constant. In the case of uniformly increase in velocity, the acceleration is constant. If acceleration is constant, suppose at any point the acceleration is this. By this acceleration the object is moving, and being acceleration constant, again we will find a line, a straight line which will be parallel to the x-axis. Can you see the acceleration is constant at every time? Time is increasing, but with increase in time the acceleration is constant, means a line which is parallel to the x-axis. Understood? Now the third case, if the velocity decreases uniformly means retardation. Retardation means negative acceleration. Negative acceleration will be denoted below the x-axis. Suppose at any point the acceleration is this. So in this case we will find a line again which is parallel to the time axis and below to x-axis. Understood? This x-axis is denoting to the time axis, y is denoting to the acceleration. Since acceleration is negative, below the origin, this is the origin, similarly here, okay, below the origin we will denote and the line will be parallel to x-axis. So these are the three cases which you have seen. Now see the fourth case. If the increase in velocity is not uniform, that means acceleration is not constant. If velocity is changing in different ways, then see here, this is the time, this is the acceleration, since acceleration is not constant, then we can find the graph of curve. We will find a curve if we have given the values of acceleration and time in which the acceleration is not uniform, acceleration is changing, then we will find a curve graph. Understood? These are the graphs. With the help of these we will try to solve the numericals. But before that, today I want to teach you the equation of motion. Now we are going to study equation of motion. So children, there are three equations of motion. The first equation is V is equal to U plus AT. Second equation is S equal to UT plus half AT square. And third equation is V square equal to U square plus 2AS. These are the three equations of motion. We will see the derivation, how to derive this with the help of graph also and with the help of mathematical way also. Okay, here V is the final velocity, U is the initial velocity, A is the acceleration, T is the time, and S is the distance traveled in T time. Okay, so now we are going to see the derivation of the equation of motion. Okay. Equation of motion. First equation of motion. So suppose that one body is moving with u velocity. After t times its velocity becomes v. Let an object is moving with u velocity and in time t its velocity becomes v. Okay, then according to the definition of acceleration, rate of change of velocity means final velocity minus initial velocity upon time. That is called acceleration. Suppose acceleration is denoted by A, then A is equal to V minus U upon T. Now by cross multiplication AT is equal to V minus U. Now U plus AT is equal to V, and this is your first equation. V is equal to U plus AT. This is called the first equation of motion. Okay. Now see the second equation of motion. Suppose that the body is moving with u velocity. After t times its velocity becomes v. But during this time t, the object covered the distance s. Let object moving with velocity u and in t time its velocity becomes v and cover distance by the body in this time is s. Okay, you can write this language in your own also. In t time the object is covering s distance. So what is the formula for distance traveled? Distance traveled will be equal to average velocity into time. That will be the formula for distance, where distance is equal to speed into time. In case of velocity, distance is equal to velocity into time. Since here we are finding distance, we will take only magnitude of velocity, and magnitude of velocity will be u plus v by 2. Average velocity magnitude, since initial velocity u, final velocity v, so average velocity will be u plus v by 2 into time is t. Distance traveled is s. Now from first equation of motion, v is equal to u plus at. Now put this value in the distance formula. Therefore s is equal to u plus, at the place of v we are going to put u plus at upon 2 into t. Now multiply it, u plus u 2u, t is multiplied becomes 2ut plus at square upon 2 is equal to s. Okay, so s is equal to 2 and 2 are cancelling each other, becomes ut. 2 dividing at square becomes half at square, and this is called the second equation of motion. Understood? Now pause the video and note down these things. Then after I am going to tell you the third equation of motion. Okay? Now see the third equation of motion. So children, to find the third equation of motion, again we will take the help of formula distance traveled is equal to average velocity into time. Since distance traveled is equal to average velocity into time, therefore distance traveled we have taken as average velocity will be u plus v by 2 and time is t. Any doubt here? Distance traveled is equal to average velocity into time. Average velocity we are taking magnitude only because we are finding distance. Okay, now since from the first equation of motion, v is equal to u plus at. From here, if we find the value of t, then see this, v minus u upon a is equal to t. Therefore what will be the distance? Distance will be u plus v by 2 into v minus u by a. Understood? At the place of time t, we have put this value v minus u upon a. Now see, a and 2 are multiplied, becomes 2as, and what will be here? U plus v into v minus u. If you arrange it, v plus u, v minus u, you can write u plus v, v plus u, both are same. Now you can see it clearly. A plus b into a minus b formula can be applied here. So it will become v square minus u square is equal to 2as. Now by transferring u square this side, u square plus 2as is equal to v square, which is your third equation of motion. v square is equal to u square plus 2as. This is known as the third equation of motion. Understood? Now pause the video and note down these things. Then after we will see the proof with the help of graph. Okay? Okay, now we are going to see proof of equations of motion with the help of graph. Okay, so see first equation of motion. Suppose a body moving with initial velocity u is accelerated uniformly and it acquires v velocity in time t. See, this is the graph. These proofs we will do with the help of velocity time graph. Time will be denoted on x-axis, velocity will be denoted on y-axis. Suppose at any instant the body is moving with initial velocity u and in t time, suppose in t time its velocity becomes v. Suppose that in t time its velocity becomes v. Understood? Suppose that in t time the velocity becomes v. Is this clear? Initial velocity is u, in t time the velocity becomes v. With the help of this graph we will find the first equation of motion. Now see this. We know that the graph denoted on velocity time axis, with the help of that we find the acceleration. With the help of velocity time graph we can find the acceleration, and acceleration is the slope of the graph, the slope which we find. Suppose this point is A, this point is B, that means acceleration will be the slope of AB, and we have learnt how to find the slope of AB. To find the slope of AB we will join these lines. See, suppose this point is C. Okay, when draw the perpendicular from B to x-axis, suppose it is joining at D. From B to y-axis, suppose it is joining at E. Okay, this point is E. At the point E the final velocity is v, at the point A the initial velocity is u. Slope of AB will be equal to BC upon AC. Now how to find BC? You can see that this BC will be equal to EA and that AC will be equal to OD. It will be easy to find the values, that is why I am taking. Otherwise you can put the value of BC directly. Now see, what will be the EA? EO minus AO, EA minus AO, and OD is time t, there is no confusion in that. Acceleration is A. Now EA is the V velocity and AO is the U. Understood? V velocity, the value of O to E is the V and value of O to A is U. Okay, so now arrange and get your answer. AT is equal to V minus U. Transfer U this side. U plus AT is equal to V. That means V is equal to A plus AT, and this is your first equation of motion. See carefully, and if you have any doubt you can give me the message. I will explain you once again. Okay, now we are going to see the second equation of motion. You can pause the video and you can note down these things. Now see the second equation of motion. In the second equation we will find the distance. In the velocity time graph we know that distance is the velocity into time. That means area covered by the graph will be the distance. That means here distance traveled will be the area of OABD, because AB is the graph, and from the graph and between the time axis, that area is called the distance. So area of OABD. To find the area of this, you can see that it can be broken into two parts. Area of rectangle, OACD plus area of triangle ABC. Can you see this? This is the rectangle OACD and ABC is the triangle. Find out its area. Area of rectangle will be equal to OA into OD plus area of triangle will be half into base into height. That is the formula for area of the triangle. Now put the values. OA is U into OD is time t plus half into AC is time t and BC. What is the value of BC? V minus U. Okay. Now solve this one. UT plus half, multiply it inside, half t. Do one thing. Put the value of V here. What is the value of V? V is equal to U plus AT. From the first equation of motion, V is equal to U plus AT. Now you can see that both the U are cancelling each other and you will get UT plus half AT square. This is the second equation of motion. Understood? The important point for the graph is this one. Area of OABD, area of the graph. The velocity time graph and between the time axis, that area is called the distance. Okay, and then we can see here one rectangle, one triangle is formed. So area of the both will be when solved, we will get the second equation of motion. Okay, now we are going to see the third equation of motion. To find the third equation of motion, in the mathematical way we have seen that we have taken the help of distance traveled. So here also we will take the help of distance traveled. Distance traveled is equal to area of OABD. OABD. Can you tell me the name of this shape? OABD. What is the name of this shape? It is looking like a trapezium. Area of trapezium is half into sum of parallel sides into distance between them. This is the formula for area of the trapezium. Now put the values and see. Half into OA, this is U, plus BD, this is V, into AC is T. Understood? Now from here, S is equal to half into V plus U. We can write at the place of U plus V, we can write V plus U. At the place of time t, we can write V minus U upon A. From where? From first equation of motion. From first equation of motion we know that time is equal to V minus U upon acceleration. Now solve and get your answer. A and 2 are cross multiplied here. 2as is equal to V square minus U square. V plus U into V minus U is equal to V square minus U square. Now U square is transferred this side. U square plus 2as is equal to V square, and this is your third equation of motion. Understood? This is your third equation of motion. Here your chapter is over, but in the next video I will solve the numericals so that you can do practice for that. and then after we will start a new chapter. Okay, bye bye.